Newton's Universal Law of Gravitation. Sir Isaac Newton in 1687 proposed a law about the force of attraction between the two objects in the universe, which is known as Newton's Law of Gravitation. According to Universal Law of Gravitation, every mass in this universe attracts every other mass with a force which is directly proportional to the product of two masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Here consider two masses, capital M and small m. These are the two objects separated by a distance d. Then a force of attraction F between them. So the gravitational force F is proportional to the product of the masses according to the Newton's law. So here F is proportional to the masses, capital M and small m. Then inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the masses, that is F is proportional to 1 upon d square. So here the two objects of masses capital M and small m separated by a distance d. So let's take this as equation 1 and equation 2. After combining these both, we get F proportional to masses upon d square. So F proportional to capital G m and small m upon d square, where G is constant. G is a proportionality constant known as the universal gravitational constant. G is known as the universal constant because its value remains constant throughout and is unaffected by object masses. So the value of G equals to 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11. Relation between Newton's third law of motion and Newton's law of gravitation. According to Newton's third law of motion, every object exerts equal and opposite force on other object, but in opposite direction. So the third law of motion states that when one object exerts a force on another object, the second object instantaneously exerts a force back on the first. These two forces are equal, always equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. These forces act on different objects and never on the same object. According to Newton's law of gravitation, every mass in the universe attracts the every other mass. In case of freely falling stone and earth, stone is attracted towards earth, means earth attracts the stone. But according to Newton's third law of motion, the stone should also attract the earth. It is true that stone also attracts the earth with the same force, that is force equals to m into a, where m is the mass and a is the acceleration. But due to the very less mass of the stone, the acceleration in its velocity is 9.8 meter per second square, and acceleration of the earth towards stone is 1.65 into 10 to the power of minus 24 meter per second square, which is negligible and we cannot feel it. Let's understand some importance of Universal Law of Gravitation. The Universal Law of Gravitation plays a major role in physics. The Universal Law of Gravitation demonstrates the movement of the planets around the Sun. It is used to demonstrate the Moon's movement and satellites around the Earth. It describes how all the planets are rotating in their orbit by balancing. According to this law, all the bodies in the universe are influenced by the gravitational force of other bodies. Due to this, they operate in their orbit. This law is also important for demonstrating the various natural phenomena like rainfall and snowfall. It also explains why water from the rivers is always in the downward direction. Along with this, it also proves why rivers flow continuously in the forward direction. This law helps in the discovery of new stars and planets. This law explains why artificial satellites stay in orbit around the Earth. Also, this law explains the phenomenon of rainfall, snowfall, and flow of water in rivers on the Earth. This was all about the universal law of gravitation. We had seen the relation between Newton's third law of motion and Newton's law of gravitation. We had also studied the importance of universal law of gravitation. So I hope this video was understandable to you. Also, I want to tell you that practice everything and practice every day, because nothing is impossible. Never give up. Life is beautiful.